Hello students, welcome to the practical session of database management system. In today's session, we are going to execute string functions in MySQL. String is nothing but a set of characters and special characters. For example, if I write ABC or if I write ABC at the rate, then it can be called as a string which is enclosed within a double quotations. Whenever we want to store string in a database, we always enclose that string, that character combination within double quotations. So this is strings, and whatever functions that are used to manipulate strings are called as string functions. By using string function, we can perform various operations on strings stored in a database. Okay, so here we have one library database. Under that library database, we have book table. So today we are going to execute these string functions on book table. So string functions can be executed on user defined strings, or we can execute string function on any string attribute which is there in book, which is there in any user defined table. Okay, so now our table is ready for the use. First we'll display all data from the book table. See here at the output section you can view book table, which consists of book ID, book name, author, course name, publisher, price and issue date. All these attributes are the part of book table. Here we have book name attribute, which is a string attribute, author is a string attribute, course name, publisher, these all are the string attributes. Okay, so we can use these attributes as an input to string function, or we can use any user defined value as an input to string function. So let's start with the string function. First string function is ASCII. ASCII, this string function is used to display ASCII value of a character. Okay, so how to execute this function? See, write query, select ASCII in bracket, write down the character for which you want to display ASCII value. So here I have just written select ASCII in bracket A. Okay, so when you execute this query, it will give you the ASCII value of smaller a, that is a lowercase a. See here at the output you can see 97. It is a ASCII value of lowercase a. If you replace this lowercase a with uppercase a, then it will give you ASCII value of that uppercase a, that is 65. Okay, this ASCII function can be used with the attribute of table also. Now here in our table we have many attributes with string values. I am using author attribute from book. So now my query is select ASCII author from book. Okay, so now it will give you the ASCII value of first character of all author names. Now you can see here when I write select ASCII A, that ASCII is written within a double quotation, and when I write select ASCII author from book, then that author is not written in a double quotation, because this author is an attribute name of a table. It is not an input value. Okay, and here a is a input value, it is not the attribute name of any of the tables. So whenever you want to perform a string operation on any of the attribute from the table, then write that attribute name in a bracket after that string function without double quotes. Okay, there is no need to enclose attribute name within double quotes. If you execute this, see at the output you can see all the ASCII values of first character of author name. See, if you display this book table, now author names are Code, Bijan, Scott Mayers, Anthony, Ramakrishna, so on. Okay, so these are the author name. When you execute this query, select ASCII author from book, then it will give you the ASCII value of first alphabet of each author name. Okay, see. you'll get this type of output. Okay, 107 is the ASCII value for K, 66 is the ASCII value for B, which is the first letter of author name for the second book. Okay, so this is how we can display ASCII values from the different strings. Now next is hex function. Select hex A. Okay, so this hex function is used to give hexadecimal value for the given character. If you execute this, then you will get hexadecimal value for lowercase a. You can replace this with any of the uppercase letter. Suppose here I have written select hex M. Okay, then it will give me the ASCII value for uppercase M. Now similarly, ASCII function, you can use this hexadecimal function with the attribute of your table. Select hex author from book. I am executing this hexadecimal function on the author attribute of book table. See, at the output you can verify hexadecimal values for all the author names, for all characters in author name. When you execute ASCII function on author attribute, it will give you the ASCII value for first alphabet only. But when you execute hex function on attribute author, then it will give you hexadecimal values for all the characters in all author names. Okay, so this is hexadecimal function. Now next is length function. Length function is used to return the length of character or length of string given as a input. If you write select length, in bracket write down any string, suppose my string is database. Okay, so here it will give you the number of characters, that is length of that string. See here the length is 8. Okay, now if you give larger string, that is database management system, then it will give you the length of entire string including white spaces. Okay, it will count white spaces also. So this is the length function. Now here at the output you can verify 26 is the length of database management system including white spaces, and if you look at the caption of this output, the caption is length in bracket database management system. So this is the larger caption. If you want to change this caption to any other word, then you can simply write select length, means calculate the length of database management system as length. See, as length output. Okay, see here when you verify this output, at the output the caption of your output is length of database management system. I want to shorten this caption, so I can simply write select length database management system as length OP. Okay, now select this and execute. See, at the output now your caption is shortened, that is length OP. Okay, so by using this as keyword you can shorten the caption of your output. So this is length attribute. This length attribute can be executed on attribute name also, author from book. Now I want to display the lengths of all author names from book table. See, at the output you can see the length of all author names from the book table. There are 10 entries in your book table, so here you can see 10 fields at the output. Okay, then next is we have char length function. Char length. Char length function is similar to length database management system. Okay, I want to display the length of this database management system. So here I can simply write select char length of database management system as OP length. OP length will be the caption of my output. See, 26. This char length function is same as that of length function. This char length function can be used with this author attribute or any of the string attribute from your table. See, select char length of, we have another string attribute that is publisher. I want to display length of all publisher names. See, at the output you can verify the lengths of all publisher names. Okay, total 10 entries are there at the output. So this character length function can also be used with the attribute name from your table. Okay, so another function is there which is again used to calculate the length of input string, that is character length. See, previous function is char length and now new function is character length. Character length function is again same as that of char length or length function. See, some of the database tools supports length function, some may support char length function, or some may support character length function. So this SQL Yoke community tool is supporting all these three functions. Okay. So that's why these three different functions are there for same purpose. See, your output is 26. All these three functions are same: length, char length and character length. They are used to find out the length of input string. Means it is used to find out the number of characters in input string including white spaces. Okay, or including any special character. And these functions can be used with user defined value or with the attribute of table also. Okay, then next function is bit length. Select bit length of database management system. See, this is what, this is my input string, database management system as. Okay, now I want to know how many bits are allocated to this database management system by using bit length function. Bit length function is used to represent the number of bits allocated to this input string. So when you execute this bit length function, it will give you 208. That is 208 bits are given to database management system. This much amount of memory is allocated, or this much amount of memory is occupied by this string, database management system. You can simply verify this, like if you execute select char length of database management system, it is 26. So 26 multiplied by 8, that is 1 byte consists of 8 bits. So 26 multiplied by 8 is 208. So this is how we can get number of bits allocated to any or occupied by any input string by bit length function. So this bit length function can be used with the attribute of your table also. Okay, so I want to use this function with author attribute from my book table. See, then it will give you how many number of bits are allocated to each of the author names. At the output you can see 10 entries. 40 bits are allocated to first author name, 48 are allocated to second author name, 96 bits are occupied by third author name, and so on. Okay, so this is how we can verify our output, that is bit length function. Then my next function is concat function. Concat function is used to concatenate two strings. Okay, concat. Here it is used to concatenate two strings. So my first string is DBMS and my second string is practical. Okay, so if you execute this query, then it will give you output dbms practical. It is used to connect two different strings. See, at the output you can verify there is no white space between these two words, dbms and practical. So here you can simply give white space in a quotation. Like if you write query, select concat, your first string is dbms, which is given in a double quote, then comma, then in another double quote set you just enter one space, and then your next string, that is practical. When you execute this query, then you can verify output. See, at the output now there is a white space, there is a empty space, dbms and practical. Okay, so this concat function can be used with the attribute of your table also. Now our table consists of one book name attribute and author attribute, means the book which is written by that author. So I want to display a statement that book name, b name is the attribute, and then b name space written by, again space in double quotations. See, whenever you give space within double quotations, then that space is treated as a string. Okay, so I want to display that dbms written by quote. Okay, so I have simply written select concat b name is the attribute of my table, then space in double quotation written by, again space in double quotation, and then write down your attribute, that is author from book. When I execute this query, I'll get output like this. See, at the output section, my output is dbms written by quote, C++ written by bjn, effective C++ written by Scott Meyers. Okay, so this is how concat function can be used to concatenate different attribute with the user defined words to form one sentence. Okay, so this is how concat can be used. We have another similar function called concat ws, concat with separator. Okay, see here my separator is blank space. Okay, means I want blank spaces between all the words, dbms space written by space quote. Okay, so to give this space I need to specify that space or that space bar within double quotations. Okay, so instead of that, that space can be specified as a separator by using concat ws function. Concat strings by using space. Okay, so here my first attribute is space in double quote, that is space is a separator, and my next attribute is b name, that is next parameter is b name, that is attribute of my function, attribute of my table written by, this is my next attribute, and then author from book. See, when you execute this query, you will get the same output as that of concat. Okay, there is no difference, but the difference is in the list of parameter. See here in concat function, when you want to concat all these words by space, then you need to specify those space number of times in a query. But if you use concat ws, concat with separator, then there is no need to specify that space parameter number of times. You can simply specify that parameter as a first parameter of your query. That is here I have written my first parameter is space in double quote, then b name, then written by, which is my word, then author. Okay, here the meaning of this query is that concatenate b name, written by, and author, all these three values by the blank space. Okay, so when you execute this query, you will get the same output as that of concat, but the query format is different. Here by using concat ws function, you can minimize your writing, you can minimize your parameters of a query. Okay, so this is concat ws function. Here in place of blank space you can give any dash. Suppose I want to concatenate all these values by dash, then simply I have written dash in a double quotation. When you execute this query, see at the output you can verify between between all the words dash is given as a separator. Okay, so you can use any symbol as a separator. Then my next function is select field. Field function is used to find out the index position of first argument into subsequent argument. It is used to find out the position of first argument into subsequent argument. Now my first argument is A and subsequent arguments are B, V, C and A. Okay, see output is 4. As I said, field is used to find out the index position of first argument into subsequent arguments. So my first argument is A and subsequent arguments are B, V, C, A. And this A is appeared at the 4th position in my subsequent arguments. So my output is 4 here. Okay. Then my next function is find in set. Find in set, it is used to find out the index position of string into subsequent string. It is used to find out the index position of first argument into second argument. Now suppose my first argument is A, again same as that of field, and my second string or the second set of argument is B, V, C, A. Here you will get the same output, that is 4. Now when you look at the query, you can see the difference in the parameter list. Okay, here A is the first parameter, B, V, C, A are the subsequent parameters, and here you can see A is the first parameter and B, V, C, A is the second parameter. Okay, so this is how field and find in set, these two functions can be executed. So these two functions are the set functions. Set functions means that here first argument is always one argument and second or the next arguments are the sets in which we are going to find that first argument. So when we execute field function, we find the position of first arguments into next all arguments, and all next arguments are individual strings. Okay, they are not the part of single string. Similarly, in find in set also we have two sets to compare. We find the index position of first argument into the second argument, and that second argument is nothing but a string. It is a collection of characters. Okay, so this is the difference between field and find in set. These two arguments cannot be operated on attribute name of any table. Means we cannot use attribute in a table as an input to these two functions. Okay, because they are the set functions. Then next next function is format function. So format function is used to represent given number into the specified format. For example, my number format is 2345.6789. Okay, so this is my number. Now I want only two decimal numbers, only two decimal places after this dot, after this precision point. So I can simply write select format 2345.6789, 2. It is used to truncate the decimal places after your number. Okay, so if you execute this, then at the output you can verify 2345.68. Means your decimal places are truncated to 2 numbers only. Okay. If you give here 0, 2345.6789 is my input and I want to truncate all decimal places, then I have simply written 0. See, your output is 2346. It gets rounded to 6. Your last number, that is 5, is get rounded to 6. Okay. So this is how format function is used. This is how format function can be used. Okay. This format function can be used with attribute of table also. Okay. So in our table we have price attribute. In our table price attribute is there. Then I want to truncate that price to 1 decimal place. See at the output. Previously we have 2 decimal places. Now I have truncated that output to 1 decimal place. So at the output you can see after precision point only 1 number is there. So this is how format function works. Okay. Then we have next function, that is INSTR. INSTR function is used to return index of first occurrence of substring. Okay. For example, if I write query select INSTR, okay, and my first attribute is football and I want to get the index of ball in that football. So when you execute this query, you'll get output 5. Okay, means this INSTR function gives the index of first occurrence of substring. So my main string, original string is football and substring is ball. So I want to search for the first occurrence of ball in my original string, that is football. Okay, so here I got the output, that is 5. So this ball occurred at the 5th position. Okay, so this is how INSTR works. This INSTR can be executed on attribute of table also. So here you can simply like select INSTR. Okay, so my attribute is author. So I want to search for the first occurrence of A into all author names. Okay, which is the attribute of book. I want to search for the first occurrence of A in all author names. When you execute this query, you can get output. See here at the output you can see there are 10 entries, 0, 3, 0, 1. Okay, so these are what? These are the position at which A is appeared for the first time in a name. See here in our first author name is Coates. There is no A in that author name, so 0 is written. In second author name, A is appeared at the 3rd position. In 4th author name, A is appeared at the 1st position. Okay, so this is how you can get the position of your substring into the original string. Then we have another string function, that is locate. Locate function is again same as that of your INSTR function, that is it is also used to locate the first occurrence of substring into main string. Only the difference is in sequence of parameter. Okay, in INSTR first parameter is original string and second parameter is substring for which we want to find out the occurrence. But here in locate first parameter is substring and second parameter is original string. Okay, so this is the only difference. See, output will be the same as that of INSTR. Okay, the difference is only in the sequence of parameter. This locate is also used with the attribute of your table. Locate can be also used with the attribute of table. So now I want to search K. I want to search k substring or k character in a publisher name, whether any publisher name is having that letter k or not, and if k is there, then what is the index position of that k in publisher name. See, now when we see the output, then no publisher name is having this letter k, so 0 is written. Now let's replace this by s. Search the occurrences of s in publisher name. See, now we'll get some output because s is a very common letter here. In first publisher name, no s is there. In second and third publisher name, s has its first occurrence at fifth position. Okay, so this is how locate works. It is same as that of INSTR, only the sequence of parameters is changed. Then next function is position function. It is again used to find out the first occurrence of substring into original string, same as that of INSTR and locate. Only difference is the format of parameter. So my query is select position ball. Ball is my substring. I want to find out the occurrence of ball in, use in keyword, and then write down your original string. Okay, so you'll get the same output as that of INSTR and locate. At the output you can verify this, that is fifth. This ball substring is appeared in football at the fifth position. Okay, similarly select can be this position can be used with the table attribute also. So select position, I want to select the position of s in course name. Okay, course name is again our another attribute from book. I want to search for the occurrences of s into course name, first occurrence. Okay, execute this. See, now at the output you can verify. In first course name, s is appeared at fourth position. In second, third, fourth course name, there is no s. In fifth course name, it is appeared at fourth position, and so on. Okay, so this is how you can find out the occurrences of first occurrences of any substring into the original string. Okay, by using INSTR, locate, and position function. Then we have another function like lower. Select lower ABC. Okay, this lower function is used to convert uppercase letter into lowercase letter. This function can be operated on user defined value or on table attribute also. So I have simply written select lower in bracket capital ABC. So it will give you the small ABC as a output. Okay, now as I already told you that this can be used with the attribute name also. So I have given select lower publisher from book. When you execute this query, it will give you the lowercase characters in all publisher name. See, all publisher names are converted into lowercase characters. So this is lower function. Synonym of this lower function is lcase. Okay, lcase is same as that of lower. It is also used to convert uppercase letter into lowercase. Okay, see, at the output you can see your query result. Okay, lcase. Then we have another function upper. Upper is opposite to lower. It is used to convert lowercase letters into uppercase. Very simple. It is used to convert lowercase letters into uppercase, and your string can be a user defined string or it can be any attribute from the table. And this upper is also used with the attribute of table, same as that of lower. Another synonym for this upper is ucase. Ucase means convert into uppercase. It converts in input string consisting of lowercase letters into uppercase. Okay, see, this is uppercase. So these are simple lower, upper, L case and U case functions. Now next we have left and right function. So left function, it is used to display specified number of characters from the left of string. Okay, so my original string is football, then I have given next is 3. Okay, so function is left and it has two parameters. First is a string and second is the number of letters you want to display, number of characters we want to display. When you execute this query, see at the output you will see FOO. Okay, it means that display first 3 characters, display 3 characters from the left side. Okay, then we have another function that is right. Same, let's take same parameter. At the output you can verify it will display 3 characters from the right side, means it will display last 3 characters. So these are left and right function. Left is used to display given number of characters from the starting, and right is used to display specified number of characters from the end. Okay, so this is left and right. Then next we have lpad and rpad function. Okay, so lpad and rpad, these two functions are used to pad strings. Okay, it is used to make given string of given size. Okay, so if I write select lpad, lpad receives 3 parameters. My string is again football, suppose. Okay, so I want to pad this football string with star and I want to make the length of this string 15. So I can simply write here, see, my query is select lpad, in bracket I have written football is my original string. Now the size of football is 8. I want to make that size 15 by padding star. Okay, so when you execute this query, see at the output your string size will be 15, and to make that string of size 15, star is padded at the left side. Okay, so lpad function pads given symbol to the string to change the length of that string. Similarly, we have another function that is rpad. Rpad, as name suggests, it is opposite to lpad. Lpad prefix given symbol to the string and rpad postfix given symbol to the string. See, here you can see star at the right side and the size of this output string will be 50. And when you execute lpad, you can see star, that is the given symbol, at the right side and the output string length will be 50. Okay, so this is lpad and rpad functions. Then next we have trim functions. Next we have trimming function. The trimming function are used to remove blank spaces from the input string. Okay, so here we have first trim function, that is ltrim. As name suggests, it is used to remove leading blank spaces from the string. Okay, so here I have written one string that is ball, and before this ball string I have 3 blank spaces. So when I execute this query, select ltrim from ball, then at the output you can see all these three blank spaces are removed by ltrim function. It is used to remove blank spaces from the left side of your string. Then we have rtrim function, that is trim string from the right side. So I am using same input, that is ball. Ball is my string, and after that ball I have given 4 blank spaces. So when I execute this, see, it will trim blank spaces from the right side. Okay, then I have another function, that is trim function. So trim function. In this trim function, input is first 3 blank spaces, then ball, then 3 blank spaces again. Okay, so this is my input string. When you execute, you can see at the output there are no blank spaces at the left side or at the right side. Okay, so this is how trim functions are used. ltrim is used to remove blank spaces from the left side of string. rtrim is used to remove blank spaces from the right side of string, and trim function is used to remove blank spaces from both left and right side. Okay, so these functions are used whenever you have entered values in a database that consist of leading or trailing blank spaces. So to remove all these leading and trailing blank spaces, we use ltrim, rtrim and trim functions. Okay, then next function is mid. Mid function is used to extract substring from the given string. Okay, it is used to find out the substring from the given string. Here the parameters of mid functions are: first give your original string, okay, then give starting position, and then give the number of characters that you want to extract. Okay, so my query is select mid, input is football. I want to start from the second character, that is 2, and I want to extract 5 characters. Okay, so that will be my substring. So when you execute this query, you can see at the output starting from second letter, that is from A, and display next 5 letters O, O, T, B, A. So this is the length of your string, that is 5, and your string is started from 2. So this is how you can find out the substring from the original string. This mid can be used with your attribute also, which is a part of your table. So I want to find out the substring from author, which is a attribute of my table. Starting from third letter, display 3 letters. Okay, so this is how you can find out substring. If you execute this, at the output you can verify 3 letters are there. Okay, I have given 3, that is the length of my output, and 3 means starting from the third letter. Okay, so starting from the third letter, third character of each of the author names, 3 letters are displayed. So this is how we can find out the substring. Then similar to mid function, we have another function, that is substr. Substr function is same as that of mid function. It is also used to find out the substring from the given string. So my string is database. Okay, I want to start from the 5th letter, and I want to display 4 letters. Okay, so at the output you can see base. 5th letter is B, and from that 5th letter, including that 5th letter, I want to display 4 letters. Okay, so this is how substring works. Here again see another variation of substring, that is substr. My first string is database, and I have only specified one parameter, that is 3. Okay, see, substring receives 3 parameters: first string, first parameter is original string, second parameter is starting letter, and third parameter is length of your output string. Now I have given only two parameters, okay, database and one number. Let's see what will be the output. When you execute this query, see output is TABASE, that is it has started with third letter and it has displayed all remaining letters. Means here we have specified only the starting of character from which we want our substring, and we have not specified the length of output. Okay, so it has given us all the letters from the input string. This select can be used with attribute also, okay, attribute of your table. So I want to find out the substring of publisher starting with fourth letter. Okay, I have not given length of output. Publisher from book. See, at the output you can verify the effect of query. My query was select sub-str publisher, which is the attribute of my table, and 4 means starting with the 4 letter, display all forward letters. Okay, so here you can see your output is started with the fourth letter and all other characters are displayed. Okay, so this is sub-str function. Then we have another simple function, that is repeat. Repeat function is used to repeat input string number of times equal to your number. See, I have written select repeat dbms. I want to repeat dbms 4 times, so your output is 4 times dbms. Okay, so this is simple repeat function. Then we have another function called reverse. Reverse function is used to reverse given string. Okay, so I have simply written select reverse dbms, execute this, it will reverse the given string. This reverse function can be used with the attribute of table also. I want to reverse all the letters of author. Okay, author attribute. Then I can simply write that select reverse author from book. See, at the output you can verify all author names are reversed. Okay, so this is simple reverse function. Next we have replace function. Replace function is used to replace any substring or any character from the original string. Okay, so my original string is bat. I want to replace B with C. Okay, so bat will be replaced by cat. So see, output is cat. Okay, so by using replace function you can replace any value from your database. Okay, let's verify this. Select star from book. So this is our table, this is all the data from the table. Here let's replace, okay, let's say course name. Here in course name dbms is written. Okay, I want to replace this dbms course name with database. Okay, so how to use replace function for this? So I have just written query update book. I want to update. Okay, so update book set course name equal to. Okay, now I want to replace course name dbms with database. So I can simply write update book set course name equals to replace, in bracket write down your original string. Now my original string is what? I want to replace course name attribute. So course name, and in that course name I want to replace dbms with database. Okay, now select this query and execute. Your query is successfully executed. Now again verify the result. See, here you can verify result. Previously your course name was dbms, now your course name is database. Okay, so this is how replace function can be used with the update query to replace any value from the database. Okay, see, if you want to replace number of values, then it is not possible to replace that values manually by typing. Okay, so instead of that, you can update table by using replace string function. Then next we have compare function strcmp. strcmp function is used to compare two strings. Okay, so my first string is suppose bat and my second string is again bat. Now compare this strcmp bat bat. See, output is what? Output is 0. If both the strings are equal, then output will be 0. Okay. Now let's see variations of these strings, variations of these functions. strcmp. Okay. Now my first string is bat and my second string is battle. Okay. See what will be the output. Execute this. Output is -1. Okay, -1 means first string is less than second string. Okay, in terms of length, length of first string is less than length of second string. Now again see another variation. Now my first string is battle and second string is bat. What will be the output? Execute this. Output is 1. It means that first string is greater than second string. Now from all these three queries, we can say that if two strings are equal in length, then output will be 0. If length of first string is less than second string, see second string. If length of first string is less than second string, then output will be -1. And if length of first string is greater than second string, then output will be 1. Okay. Now we have used same first letter, that is B. Bat in first letter in bat is B. First letter in battle is B. Now let's change this letter. Select strcmp bat. Compare bat with cat. Okay, what will be the output? Select this, execute. Output is -1. Now how output is -1? See, length of both the strings are equal, but the ASCII value of B is less than is greater than the ASCII value of C. Okay, so this is how your output is -1. Now if you see, select strcmp cat and bat, then you will get another output. See, length are equal, but the ASCII values of first character is different. That's why here ASCII value of C and ASCII value of B will get compared, and on the basis of those ASCII values you will get the output. Okay, so this is how strcmp works. So today we have seen all the string functions. First is ASCII, which is used to display ASCII value of a character. Next is hex, which is used to display hexadecimal value of a character. Length function is used to find out length of input string, including white spaces. Character length is same as that of length. It is again used to find out length of string, including white spaces. Then we have bit length function. It is used to find out number of bits occupied by input string. Okay, and all these functions can be operated on user defined value, or they can be operated on attribute, which is a part of your table. Then we have concat function. Concat function is used to concatenate two strings. If we want to give some blank space between two words, then we can give that blank space also. Then we have concat ws, that is concat with separator function. Here we specify separator as our first attribute, and then we write down the list of all words that we want to concatenate. These two functions can be worked with user defined string, and they also work with attribute, which are the part of your table. Then we have another function, field. Field function is used to find out the position of first argument into subsequent argument. Then we have function find in a set. It is used to find out the position of first argument into second argument. These two functions cannot be operated on the attribute name. Then we have format function. This format function is used to determine the number of places after your decimal, after your precision point. Then we have instr function, which is used to find out the occurrence of substring into original string. We have locate function, which is same as that of instr, used to find out the occurrence of substring into original string. The only difference is the sequence of parameters. Position function is also used to find out the first occurrence of substring into original string. Then we have two lowercase function, lower and L case. It is used to convert uppercase letter into lowercase letter. We have upper and U case function, which is used to convert lowercase letters into uppercase letters. Then we have left function, which is used to display given number of characters from the left side. We have right function, which is used to display given number of characters from the right side, that is from the end. Then we have lpad and rpad function. These two functions are used to change the size or the length of input string by padding some characters or by padding some special symbols. lpad pad symbol to the left side and rpad is used to pad symbol to the right side. Then we have ltrim, rtrim and trim functions. These functions are used to remove blank spaces from the left side, right side and both sides respectively. Then mid and substr functions are there, which are used to extract substring from the original string. Here we need to specify original string, then starting character and the length of substring. Then we have repeat function, which is used to repeat input string number of times given in a given as a parameter. Then we have reverse function, which is used to reverse input string. Then we have replace function, which is used to replace occurrence of any character with the another character. Okay, this replace function can be used with update query to replace the value in a database. Then we have compare function, which is used to compare two strings. If both the strings are equal, then output will be 0. If first string is less than second string, then output will be -1, and if first string is greater than second string, then output will be 1. Okay, so these are all about string functions, which are used to manipulate strings in a database. Okay, thank you.